Personette and Sylvette keep continuing with their comparisons to great celebrated lovers like Romeo and Juliet, Aminta and her shepherd, Pyramus and Thisbe, and others. After this, they disappear, but their voices are heard outside. The voice of Personette can be heard. He is heard saying, "Oh, we are like Francisca and Paolo." Francisca and Paolo are lovers who had an illicit affair in the 13th century Italy. It is made famous by the poet Dante through his depiction of them in his narrative poem called The Divine Comedy. Hearing this, Sylvette says, "Oh, we are like Petrarch and Laura." Petrarch is a 14th century Italian poet. He is one of the most well known names in Renaissance literature. In his sonnets, he celebrates his platonic love for the idealized woman called Laura. So Sylvette says she is like Laura and Personette is like the great poet Petrarch. At this time, Bergamin and Pasquino enter the stage. Pasquino says, "See how well your plan has succeeded. Mr. Bergamin, your plan has succeeded. Our children are quite mad because of you. They have gone mad." Bergamin, "Your daughter with her famous abduction is highly aggravating, irritating. She gets on my nerves. Your daughter gets on my nerves. I can't stand it. She is highly irritating." Pascal says, "Your son is no way better. He thinks he is a hero. He too gets on my nerves." So they blame each other's child. Bergamin, "But the worst of all is that they think that we too are idiotic old fools whom they have deceived. I don't like it at all." Bergamin says the worst of all is that the two children think that the parents are idiots, idiotic old fools, and they have succeeded in deceiving the parents. And he says, "I can't stand it. I don't like it at all." He says he can't stand it at all. He can't endure that. Pascal, "What did you think of it before, wise man? I'm going to tell them everything." Now, Pascal blames Bergamin for not thinking about these things before he thought of the plan to abduct his daughter. "Why didn't you think of it before, wise man? I'm going to tell them everything." Pascal asks Bergamin why he didn't think of it before he made the plan. "I'm going to tell them everything," he threatens Bergamin, saying that he is going to tell the children everything. Tell them that they made this wise plan to bring them together. Bergamin, "Oh no, please don't do that. At least not until after the signing of the contract. Let us not say a word until then." So Bergamin tells him it is better they don't reveal the secret now. "No, please don't do that. At least now we can tell them about our plan later. This is not the right time. Before they come to know that our plan brought them together, let them sign the contract." Here contract is contract of marriage. "Let us register their marriage. Then we'll let the cat out of the bag. Let us not say a word until then." Pascal agrees with him. "Okay, fine. But in the meantime, we are caught in the net of your own making." So Pascal continues to blame Bergamin by saying that we are caught in the net of your plan, your scheming, your making. Now you are responsible for the present state of affairs. Bergamin is asking Pascal, "Why do you criticize me? When I told you about my plan, you admired it, you liked it, you appreciated my plan." Pascal, "Truth, oh no doubt, a fine, oh beautiful plan, in truth." At that time, Sylvette enters happily, gaily, with the flowers in her hand. She waves to Personette in the distance, then comes downstage. Sylvette, seeing her father and her would-be father-in-law, she greets both of them. She says, "Good day, Papa. Good morning. Father-in-law, good morning." Father-in-law to be, would-be father-in-law. Bergamin, "Good day, daughter-in-law to be." Bergamin replies saying that, "Good morning, my would-be daughter-in-law." Silhouette. "Oh my, what a bad humor you are in. Bad humor, bad mood. Oh, you seem to be in a bad mood." Silhouette is asking Bagaman, "How come you are in a bad humor? Bad humor, bad mood. What's the reason?" Bagaman says it is Pasquinot's fault. He is responsible for everything, not me. Silhouette, waving her flowers in Bagaman's face, "Shh, please don't quarrel now. Your quarrel has come to an end because the children are going to be together. Of course, I understand you can't behave quite as old friends now and you like to quarrel a little in a friendly way. Friendly quarreling is okay, but you are not going to be mortal enemies as before." Bagaman, "Of course, our hatred was so great in the past. Now we have come together because of our children." Silhouette, "A mortal hatred, great, terrible hatred too, when I think what you have said about Papa, Father. Oh dear, I used to sit by the wall and hear every word that you said about my father, and to think you never once suspected that I came here to meet your son, Personette." So Silhouette is recalling the old days, and she is telling Bagaman he never suspected that she used to come there, talk to Mr. Personette. Pasquinot, ironically, he says, I know everything." Silhouette, "We came every day at the same hour. Both the children, Personette and I, came here at the same time." To Bagaman, "I can still hear Personette telling you that he was going to marry most romantically and he kept his word. I still remember what Personette told his father about the marriage. Personette was heard saying to his father that he was going to marry most romantically and he's going to have a romantic marriage, no doubt, and he kept his word." Bagaman, hearing this, he feels upset. He says, put out means upset. Bagaman, "Really? Do you think that if I had wished that could have happened?" Silver, "Oh, now. I know lovers' dreams are always realized. And the fathers who are mortal enemies always end by falling into each other's arms. Oh, no, let us not think about the past now. Now the lovers' dreams are realized and the fathers are close to each other now. The fathers who were mortal enemies ended by falling into each other's arms. That means enemies turned into friends because of children." Pascal, "Oh, let me laugh." Silver, "But we proved it. We proved that the children can bring the parents together." Bagaman, "Could I say something?" Silver, "What?" "Oh, nothing, I won't say." Silver, to Bagaman, "You seem changed. You seem to have changed. What do you mean?" Bagaman, "I mean," Pascal, "why? With one word we could." Then he tells himself, "Oh, I don't want to let the secret out." He walks upstage 2 or 3 steps. Pasquinot says, "Oh, why? With the one word we could have spoiled everything." Then he tells himself, "How can I tell her? Oh no, this is not the time to reveal the secret." Silver, "Well, if you have nothing to say, why not keep quiet? Just shut your mouth. Why do you keep talking? Why do you continue to talk?" Pasquinot angrily, "Keep still, keep quiet, nothing to say. Do you imagine that everything just happened? How do you think people could come into the park through the gates, iron gates?" Now Pasquinot gets angry hearing what Silver says and he is asking her, "You are asking me to keep quiet? You don't want me to say anything? Do you imagine that everything just happened? How do you think people could come into my park through the iron gates which are locked?" Bagaman, "Do you imagine for one moment that the young ladies are carried off like that nowadays?" Both Pasquinot and Bagaman are slowly revealing the secret to their children. Bagamin is asking, do you imagine for one moment young ladies can be carried away without any difficulty as it happened in the past? Silver, do I? What are you saying? Bagamin, oh, that is true. It is high time you knew the truth. It is high time you knew the truth. I should tell you the truth. I tell you, the victory was on the side of the fathers, not on the side of the children. So Bagaman reveals a secret by saying that you are brought together by your parents. Your parents are intelligent. Your parents are not foolish as you imagine them to be. We brought you together. Sylvan. But in old days, now Pascal tells Sylvan, look, in olden days, father used to be foolish, so he used to be tricked, fooled very easily. Dupe is a man who is tricked or fooled. Nowadays, we do the duping. Look at that. Today, the roles are reversed. Parents are intelligent enough to dupe others. Now, the parents don't get duped, they dupe their children, they dupe others. Would either of you have loved the other if you had been told to do so or no? See, suppose we had asked you to love each other, you wouldn't have done it. We are very sure about it. So we pretended to be enemies. We pretended to be enemies, and we asked you not to love each other. Then you started loving. That was our plan. That was the reason why we staged a drama. Sylvan, perhaps you suspected? Of course we did. Uh, you were aware of our meetings here? Bagaman, I heard you every time what you said to each other. But the benches, we put them in the park on purpose. Now, Pascal says, we, the parents, put the benches in the park so that you could come and sit here and talk to each other. Okay, Sylvia is asking, then what about the fight, the duel that we had? Bagaman, oh, that was a trick prepared by us, planned by us, prepared beforehand. Then Sylvette is asking, what about the bravados? Bravados are fighters. There were so many fighters and they came and abducted me. What about them? Pascal says, oh, they are no real fighters, they are actors. Sylvette, then what about my abduction? I was kidnapped. Then personal came and saved me. What about that abduction? Oh, it was all a joke. Bagaman searching his pocket. Joke? You mean to say it's a joke? Oh no, I can show you the bill. Bill here, the receipt for payment made to Mr. Staffarel. Oh, you can see the bill. That was a drama. That was a strategy that we devised. Sylvan, snatching the bill from him. Give it to me, she reads. Staffarel, confidential affairs, one abduction, setting and scenery for purpose of bringing about marriage. Oh, 8 assistants at 5 francs. Franc is a coin. 5 francs a head. 8 masks. Now Silver realizes that a man called Staffarel had been hired to kidnap her. The kidnapping or the abduction was just a drama. Bagaman to Pasquinod, I think we told her too soon. Bagaman tells Pasquinod, we should have waited for some more time. We have revealed the secret too early. Silver continuing, one sedan chair with porters, latest style with red trimmings, decoration. Laughing, she throws a bill on the table. After reading the bill, Silver realizes that the children have been tricked by their parents. Pasquinod, then she is not angry? Silver, graciously, in a dignified manner, oh, a beautiful idea, charming idea. But truly, monsieur, Bagamin, do you think I love Personette merely because of your trick? Now she's asking Bagamin whether she fell in love with the personate because of his trick. Baskinode. She takes it very well. Oh, she is serious about it. Bagamin to Sylvette. Are you hurt? Are you okay? Are you feeling angry? Offended? Baskinode. Are you going to tell Personate about it? Sylvette says, oh no, men are so stupid. So if I tell Personate, it's of no use. Bagamin. What you say is right, very sensible. But I had an idea, taking out his watch. Now we must see about the contract. Contract here, marriage contract. Offering his hand to Sylvette. We are still good friends, aren't we? Sylvette. Of course we are good friends. Bagamin. Turning about once more before he goes out. You don't blame me, do you? Sylvette. Sweetly. Oh, not in the least. Bagamin and Pasquinot go out as they leave. Sylvette burst into rage. She expresses her anger. How I hate that mushu Bagamin. She blames Bagamin for playing a trick on her and Personette. She says, I hate that fellow. At that time, Personette comes in. Personette, you're still here. Oh, I see. You didn't want to leave this sacred spot? Personette comes in, asks Sylvette, oh, you're still here? I see. You don't want to leave this sacred spot, I believe. Sylvette, sitting on the bench to the left. Outrageous. Outrageous is shocking. Very bad. When Personette asks Sylvette whether she refuses to leave the sacred spot, Sylvette says it is outrageous, it is shocking, it is ridiculous, it's very bad. Personette says, how can you call it outrageous? This is a place where you saw me, like Amadeus, put to flight 30 of the ruffians. The reference is to the hero of Amadeus de Gaula, the 16th century Spanish chivalric romance. Amadeus was considered the ideal handsome, brave knight and faithful lover. So, Personette compares himself to Amadeus and he put to flight successfully. Amadeus in the story chased away 30 of the ruffians. What Personette means to say is that, like the brave man Amadeus, the brave boy Amadeus, he chased away, he defeated so many ruffians who came to kidnap Sylvette. Sylvette says, not 30, just 10. Personette going to her, dearest, what's the matter? Are you troubled? Now, why do you look so sad? Why do you look so angry? Are you worried about something? Your eyes are not so bright as ever. I know. This marvelous place makes you sad sometimes. Are you sad because our balcony, our Verona balcony is destroyed? Here, Verona balcony indicates the wall which has disappeared. So he is asking her, Sylvette, are you sad because the wall is gone? Our Verona wall is gone, balcony where you used to sit. Sylvette impatiently, oh dear. Personette, does not the wall exist now, memory? Why should we feel sorry? Personette is asking Sylvette why she should feel sad about the destruction of the wall. The wall continues to exist in their memories. That wall which a cradle shaped our life. That wall is dear to me as well. Even the wall has gone today, it continues to be in my mind because it was a wall which shaped my love for you. Will he never end? I don't know. Personette, you remember not long ago you said your story should be put into a poem? Personette is asking Sylvette whether she wants to write a poem on their love story. Sylvette, yes. Personette, well, I have occasionally written verses, poems. Sylvette, are you going to write our story? Are you going to write our story? Personette, listen to this. I thought it out when I was walking. The fathers who are mortal enemies. First chapter, canto's chapter. Personette says, I'm going to write a book on our love story. The first chapter is titled The Fathers Who Are Mortal Enemies. Silver, oh really? Personate, ready to declaim act. He begins to speak loudly as if he were on a stage. Silver says, oh, Personate, what's the matter? Silver, I imagine I'm too happy, I'm too nervous, I don't feel well. She bursts into tears. She starts crying. She fails to control herself. She bursts into tears. I'll be well in a moment. Let me be. She turns back and hides her face in a handkerchief. She cannot control her. She cannot fight her tears. She bursts into tears. She starts weeping.